We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on the Miami Dolphins defense versus the Browns offense, and obviously, Dolphins defense dominated this day, as they should. The Browns were going out there with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who really did struggle, but got to still give the defense, credit for showing up. They did a better job than, the Bengals defense did in the previous week. They only held them to 3 points. I think that's still impressive regardless of what the level of opponent is, but this would like to see them build off of this going into next week versus the Jets. They struggled last time they played the Jets, so that will be nice to see how they play around it. I thought Dolphins got some really good linebacker play in this game. Dotson and Brooks played good. DBs did their job, played at, I think, a better rate. And then up front, they just kind of won the battle. The Dolphins have been very good at stopping the run. After a slow start of the season, they kind of slowed down. But then, they've been on a different level. Calais Campbell was dominant in this game. Same with Sealer Campbell. I mean, Ogba had his best rush of the season to get a strip sack. Chop didn't make too many impact plays, but obviously he didn't play bad. And then everyone was just pretty much doing their jobs across the board. Who had a strong game. Ramsey had a big play on fourth down. I thought Weaver, defensive play calls were all pretty good out there. So definitely happy with what I saw from the defense. Did what they were supposed to against a lesser opponent, which is always nice to see. Now, I think next week versus the Jets, they need to play much better, because if they don't, they should have lost to the Jets last time. The offense made some big plays at the end and clutched up, but the defense kind of needs to build off of this game. But here we go, sort of first start of this game, first third down. It wasn't even like the Dolphins were pressuring the QB every single play, but here they're doing this thing up front where they had Dotson showing that he might blitz. There's times where he would stay as a spy, times he would drop. But this was just, show some type of pressure. They slide their pressure to the right. Then look how they disguise this from pre-snap to post-snap. This is most of the part of this play that's important, is they're showing a single high look. They're showing most likely cover one here if you look at this, man-to-man across the board. And look how they rotate into this post-snap. Dotson bails out. Brooks, they both play as your hook. And then they rotate into cover two, a Tampa 2 actually, where Kohu becomes a deep half safety, Holland deep half, and then Poyer plays as the Mike. So I love their pre-snap to post-snap rotations. I think it just confuses the quarterbacks just long enough. Now this guy's late to throw the corner because, he throws it over the top, and then it's just missed. Ko's in a pretty good spot there. But yeah, I just love the rotations that they're having. And then I did a video on Dotson yesterday if you haven't seen that. So I really focused on Dotson's great game. Brooks also just continuously doing what he's doing. He gets left unblocked on the backside of an outside zone. And look at him just get this, find this space right away, and look at the range, the closing speed that he has to track this down. Just really, really good work. Also good work at the point of attack. Quinn Bell sets the edge. Everyone's kind of holding their own at the point of attack, ready to stack and shed. And basically just everyone, continuously doing their job, which allows Brooks to fly and free. And Brooks has been so good this season. Clearly, if you had to rank the top 10 players on the Dolphins, Brooks is easily in that top 10. On the defense side of the ball, it would be there with Sealer or Campbell, maybe Chop. I mean, if you went whole season, it's tough to rank Chop, but Chop has been one of your best players for the past 7 weeks. But yeah, just really good overall. Feel nice about what the defense did. Here they gave up some first downs. It wasn't they played perfect every play, which is to be expected. But here they got Holland, I think, kind of struggled again. He got isolated one-on-one with Jerry Jeudy. Dolphins went cover one here on a third and medium. And, I mean, it is tough to cover Jeudy in the slot, but Holland gets beat, gives up a catch. Definitely a rough season for Javon. Not, there's really since that first Jaguars game where, he kind of won you that Jaguars game single-handedly with that forced fumble, so you got to give him credit for that. But, since then, it just feels like he's been not making plays. Clearly he's still talented. He's had most, a great career. I still think he's going to get paid a lot from some other team in free agency. He's still, under 25. But man, this season has been rough for him. But just continuously stopping the run. Great job up front here. Benito Jones making plays. I believe Campbell on the backside. Love this. They come out with, 3 down defensive linemen. They got Hand, Campbell, and Benito Jones. And then, got 2 edge defenders. So they come out here and, bigger set to stop this. And this with Campbell's pre-snap of the alignment, they get him aligned on a tight end. So he just bullies 82. Benito Jones beats, the initial double team, beats 55, attack him at the point of attack, and then is able to escape that. And then him and Campbell kind of meet forward at the point of attack for a nice negative gain. Big time plays down in the red zone to not allow any touchdowns in this game, because Browns got down here a couple times, and the Dolphins were able to maintain. Good play here from Storm Duck. They try to, get him going, isolated one-on-one in coverage. Throw the slant. He reacts to it, plays it with some solid anticipation. I think Duck has kind of struggled since, he's had to play some significant snaps. But, I mean, that's kind of expected for an undrafted rookie. But here it's nice to see him make a play at the point of attack, knock that down. Almost turned into an interception, like Ramsey almost comes down with it. But there's really good job down the red zone. And then they tried to run the ball after that. I broke that play down in the Dotson video. This play also, broke down in the Dotson video. The interception that he had, really athletic play, really good instincts. Browns should go play action, which, it slows down the Dolphins' pass rush, allows him to get back and, find his thing. Dolphins are in cover 2, but they're not in Tampa 2. So, this middle of the field right here is wide open. They got kind of the exact look they wanted, but Dotson's able to float, read the eyes, continue to squeeze to the inside, help take away that throwing lane. It is a bad throw by Thompson Robinson, because he probably could have let him over here. But Dotson makes an athletic pick, just a huge, play. Still, I mean, he had the dumb penalty after that to take off his helmet. But really like what I saw from Dotson. Go check out my video if you haven't seen. He made some big plays in this game. And then point of attack, Dolphins, 4th and 1 situation, big time stop again. They made a lot of big time stops in this game. They try to go outside zone. Here they get the point of attack. I think Sealer kind of is the first one to win. 55 tries to cut him off, but Sealer instantly creates that push, which stops this. And then you have Holland off the edge coming in free. And with Sealer winning with that initial pressure and Holland coming free off the edge, it forces Foreman to hit a very quick cutback, which leads him to run into Calais. And then Sealer also peels off to slow him down. And then Bell comes in to finish the tackle. He almost gets that first down, but really good job from the whole defensive unit. Good job from both guys that were off the edge unblocked with Holland and Bell to get down the line of scrimmage and force and then help. And then Calais and Sealer at the point of attack, which obviously they're just your dominant defensive tackle do it. They've been so good this season. And yeah, just continuously getting after the quarterback. They started, especially as the game went on, here they're working some stunts. Calais just up the middle. Sealer and Ogba work a stunt, but Campbell just bullies 77. Look at him use his length, hand fighting. Look at the power to, collapse this pocket. And then he gets I believe this ends up being, it ends up being an intentional grounding. He throws it away. But that happened they got 3 intentional groundings in this game from similar situations. They were getting lots of pressure later on. Campbell, again, making big plays. They try to, fake this handoff off the edge here. Running quarterback's going to pull, on this power read option. And then Campbell comes in unblocked. Look how explosive he is to get up the field, man. This man's 38 years old, 93 right there, and makes that tackle for loss. I mean, shout out to Calais. He's been a leader. I don't know if he's going to play for, the team next year. He might retire. But I think he's been one of the biggest bright spots with the team, and he deserves a lot of credit. It will be tough to replace him in multiple different facets, not just as a player, but as a person. So then another big play in the game, just another strip sack. Defense played phenomenal. I think the offense, while Huntley played good especially for a backup, he played quite good. The Dolphins offense, I still feel didn't have a great performance, mostly due to dumb penalties. They shot themselves in the foot a lot of times. The defense really came out and definitely gave them a lot of opportunities. This was a great pass rush from Agua. He doesn't get to rush as the left defensive end, so going versus the right tackle very often, because that's where Chop feels most comfortable. But I also think Agba's always kind of felt more comfortable on this side too. So then you get to see his length, push and pull here, use his length to his advantage, boom, pull the guy down. So he gets engaged, pull him down, and then able to get around the edge, rip, show some good flexibility there. He hasn't really played like this in a while. Rips and dips underneath after the push and pull. Good hand usage, and then he swipes the ball out. Pretty much every other sack Ogba's had this season has been off a stunt where he's just coming free because Sealer or Campbell, give him a free lane because he was the loop guy. This was definitely his best pass rush one-on-one straight up, in many, many years, I think. So good play there from Ogba. Big time moment. Then later on, I don't know. This Browns started driving again. They didn't come away with any points, obviously. One great play from Brooks, recognition skills, sees it all the way, has the athleticism to get out there, beat the offensive lineman to the point of attack, gets on Judy. They blew the whistle so fast. So he gets engaged instantly and the whistle's already blown, but they blew it so quick and then he finishes and they threw a penalty. That one was ridiculous. That was one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. Can't believe they called that. That's a great play by Jordan. and then they finish. And then here, fourth down, they get a couple stops, pretty basic plays, some runs. They try to do some boot, just throw it away. This was the big play. Fourth down, Dolphins go man-to-man across the board. He tries to go one-on-one backside against Ramsey on Judy. Probably not where I would have gone with the ball. I mean, he probably could have played this play side. He probably had his tight end here on Holland. Guy gets a little bit of a push-off, but whatever. But then Ramsey plays this phenomenally. I think Ramsey's had some struggles in man-to-man in recent weeks. But he's a good job after losing kind of that initial part to just recover, get back right back into the hip pocket from out of phase to in phase, and then plays it phenomenally. Also, kind of got lucky. I do think Poyer did hit Judy in the helmet there, so got a little lucky. Maybe that didn't get called, but man, I mean, if that got called, I would have been pissed at Poyer. But great play from Ramsey. Big time moments. Dolphins started bringing some unique plays, unique pressures. Here they slide this, a lot of their guys are slanting this way, and then you get Brooks and Holland to come off the edge. Late to see it. You get Holland now coming in free. Thompson Robinson forced to throw it away. You get another intentional grounding, another big time play to shut down a drive and ruin their momentum. And then late in the game, pretty much at this point, I think it's fourth down and they're forced to go for it right away. Dolphins go pretty basic, running like quads here, looks like. And he sees Brooks is the flat defender, and they're running quarters. And they're trying to, he's just reading Brooks. Brooks is kind of baiting this, lets him throw it down to the flat, and then he closes, makes the tackle. Really, really good stuff overall from the defense. It was a very advantageous matchup. The Browns' offense is not good. I expected the Dolphins. This is probably the most confident I've ever felt in the Dolphins winning a game with a backup, going into it. I know people are freaking out, but I'm like, the Browns are really bad, on both sides of the ball. Their QB play is going to be even worse than what the Dolphins had. So as long as the Dolphins didn't just the Dolphins shot themselves in the foot a lot in this game, and they still won pretty comfortably. Now next week, I think will be a lot more difficult if they have to play with a backup quarterback. So the defense really needs to step up versus the Jets to have a chance. Obviously, it still comes down to whether the Broncos lose to the Chiefs, which looks like the Chiefs are less and less likely to really try. So that kind of sucks. But you put yourself into this position. At least has been, after a really tough start to the season, starting 2-6, it hasn't been perfect since then, but it's at least been a lot more exciting. I mean, somehow you have a chance. With how bad the season started, somehow you have a chance. It's, kind of crazy. At least we're playing meaningful football games in the final week of the season after having one of the worst starts from the Dolphins in a while. So all around, season was very, roller coaster-esque. We'll break it down, continuously, get onto these players. Once the season ends, we'll do some player-specific breakdowns. We'll get into the draft and free agency and all of that. So if you guys really do, comment and subscribe.